Is it live? I haven't got the normal lighting, so I don't know what this is. And I'm on the computer, so it all looks different again. Freckles, no freckles. Freckles. Oh, I actually feel tired, but in a good mood. Hi, Spencer. Hi, JP. Oh, is it Lois? Hi, Lois. Hi, Mary. How is everybody? How's JP today? Hi, Shamrock. I'll just let a few more people go. Oh, I've gone really hot. It was raining today, but it's gone really warm. Hi, Ross. Hi, Ran. Oh, God. I've wrote something down to remind myself what I'm supposed to be talking about, but I guess it'll just come out how it comes out. Hi, Mark. I'm just wondering if I need to switch the lights down in case energy's coming. Let me see. Don't know. They've got a different lighting, so I might see if this works. Just in case, I don't know. I haven't got my normal light that's normally brighter and oh. Is that the bright? Oh, touch lamp. Hi, Sean. Hi, Mark. Did I say hi, Mark? So I don't know if the energies are going to pick up because I know they're in because I've got tingly fingers, but this is not a bright enough light, I don't think. But you never know. Hi, Mr. Fee. I call you Fee. Yeah, so see, I'm tired, but I'm still going to talk. I'm just really excited again because the little chat that I did this morning, I think it's when Ran, you were commenting and I was saying, yes, I agree with that, with the whole stages of awakening. I don't even know what I've put on the title. Stages of awakening, Trump derangement syndrome. Sorry if nobody likes him, but it's getting said a lot out there, especially by a lot of lovely spiritual channels that I watch, which I'm going to give a great shout out because people need to be aware. Hi, Jess. You are bright enough for me. Okay. And what else is about? Oh, yeah, and orbs. That's why I was trying to get the lighting in, but I don't think the lighting's bright enough. But, you know, I throw my orbs up there and film them. And I think there was one last night. Was it last night? So they're all there for people to see because I was in a chat before and someone said they might come over and check them. Yeah, I love Trump. Well, I'm going to mention Trump. I'm going to mention the awakening stages, my personal stages, again, because I have to do this again because there's so many people waking up. And then the whole Trump thing of what a lot of people are coming to when we know it's not a political thing, but a political thing is what people see when they're all up in 3D. 3D, they'll see political, as it used to be, but it's slightly different these days. Hi, Don. Sorry, my bracelets just fell off. So I have been messing about today making, before I get into chat. Oh my God, I'm so boiling right now. Sorry. It's gone hot. So I've been messing about with, hang on a minute. I don't think Tapper's there. I've told him I'm on, but I don't know if the phone's working or he's not getting notifications. I haven't got a clue. I haven't got, mind you, I'll just text him now. I don't know. There's loads of people on. Just not, I don't know. No, he hasn't seen my, no. Oh, and now I need to plug my phone in. It's all going tits up. Right, phone charger. Oh my god. I'm not sure what's going on here. What is going on? I can't see. Right. Oh my god. Lights out, lights out. Yeah, I was just plugging my charger into the extension. I forgot what I was waffling about. Oh yeah, so Dolly, do you keep getting really hot, boiling, then next time normal? It's not a fever. No, just today. But I have been reading about ascension symptoms and stuff like that of things. But I used to get that years ago. Only today. Only today. No, and I'm not ill. No. Yeah, just today. But I've been getting really bad. Hi, 21. I might have just come in. Really bad. Oh, I'm out of focus. Left twitchy eye today. All day. And seeing waves of energy in front of my face. Just like, oh, it's that twitchy eye thing. It used to be the right last year. Now it's the left. It's just irritating all day. It's okay today, but I've been watching some channels, and I know sometimes when you get downloads, sometimes I believe you do because you get a twitchy eye. So don't know if anyone else has been getting that, but personally, I have. Drinking peppermint tea. I mean, this is looking really odd over there. This is looking blue on my screen, which is quite funny. It looks quite funny from where I'm sitting. I see waves of energy in the sky. Yeah, I see waves of energy outside, like mirage, like a mirage, when it's all like, that's how I see it. And I see it in the house as well. I've seen orbs today with my own eyeballs. Fingers are tingling. But yeah, hi Dave, but definitely twitchy left eye all day today, doing my nutting. But it's okay. So today I've been messing about with, yeah, it looks blue, I know, yeah. Hi Effie, hi my skies 5D. So today I've been doing some of these lovely copper triangle earrings pointing down, like the feminine divine, with amethyst on, and then I've made some more, but they haven't got the hooks on yet, of, I don't know what gemstone they are. They're blue, and you probably can't see it in this light anyway, and they've got dragonflies on. These ones, I know it's not in focus. But I'll show you again when I'm not on this and I've got better lighting, because you cannot see. And also I've been looking into some lovely natural necklaces made by moi, obviously, with shells and stones and wood carvings that I've done, and wrote in the words dream, and this has got a bit of blue on it, but they're like long pendants, natural elements, people. Just working on a few things. I've actually got some ink from a printer, so guess what, folks, if I get some nice paper, I'll be able to do the print off my JFK Jr. picture. Just saying, because I know there were some people who were interested. I'm also thinking about writing my Q poem out, which I will read out in a minute before I get talking, because those of you who are into Q, and you might be new, might have not heard this poem. Those of you who are not into it, that's fine, because I'm going to go into that in a minute with Laura Eisenhower, Magenta Pixie, and some other lovely ladies and other people that know that Trump is working for the good, and it's not a political stance. It's not a political thing. So yes, thank you very much. Hi, Chris. Hi, everybody who's in chat. So, hi, B&B. Hi. So, just let me try and find it. Here it is. Just because I'm in one of them Q moods today, but I also know beyond that, it's a spiritual awakening, which I'm going to talk about in a minute, of what I've been seeing with this awakening is just making me laugh. Oh, and by the way, I've been doing some more rings. This is a ring that I've designed. Big flower on it. I like my shakies. Shakies. Hi, Paul from Newcastle. So, just to go over this, I might be gonna, like, I'll have to get this printed out, and then printed out, typed out, and then printed out. If anyone's ever interested, because, you know, it's a poem I made in the kitchen a couple of years ago when I first got into the rabbit hole of Q, and I just think it's really good. And I'm going to read it out. And all I'd like to say is, it doesn't matter if you come to this channel and you're not into it. Everyone's got their own opinion, and we all come to the Great Awakening by different means and different things and different wording of things, but it's all the same thing. And as long as it gets you to the place where we're supposed to be going, which is heart center, which is being a better person, which is reflecting on yourself and moving forward solutions to how we all grow together as one, but individual, that's fine by me. So yes, your arts and crafts are brilliant, Dolly. You've got a great creative. Yeah, well, I keep saying I need to put it into a business, because I want a business like handcrafts, spiritual thing. It's got my energy on it. It's not mass produced. I've said this before, I know, and I've said it for ages, but I think it's time to start working on it in lockdown, and I'm getting support off other people as well. And like I said, for the people who may be new, I know a lot of you have seen it anyway. And this is already sold, but like the meditation cushions I'm making, lots of people are meditating at the minute, so getting more of these done, building up the stock. You know, I got distracted a few months back last year saying, oh, bringing this, I got distracted, and I know now I just need to get that stock up for you know, we're not going back to a normal reality. We're going back to a new, fresh, new, exciting things that look quite scary at first, I think. You know, and we need this new energy in, new creative ideas. People want to buy off people with creative ideas. They don't always want mass manufactured things that are made by machines that have got no love in. So yeah, a new normal, but less about that, because I can talk about my crafts all day. But just for the new people out there, a lot of things that I do wear are actually what I make myself, apart from obviously this. And I've got a little flower in my hair today as well that I made. Anyway, yeah, I think I should, Dave, get things done in lockdown, because there's nothing else better to do. I mean, I'm always crafting anyway, but it's no better time. So the poem is, before I start talking about the stages, which might make you laugh, I've done this before, but I know there's a lot of new people waking up, and it's just the fact of what I'm seeing with family members and everything. It's making me laugh. Your energy. Oh, thank you, my 5 skies. It was keeping that energy up. I mean, I am tired right now, but I knew I needed to come on because I saw a few channels and I was like, yes, it puts me in a good vibe, and that's what it's all about. So for the people who've heard it, you're going to hear it again, and for the people who haven't heard it or may come in after, you're going to hear it now. And there's 7 thumbs up, and it's that 7-7. Oh, and it's 34, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there you go with the 7 again. So hang on a minute, just checking. I don't think, let me see. Oh, it's Waxman sending me something. That's my dad, by the way. Oh, okay, yeah, Right, just chucking it out there. The WHO, you know, the WHO, the World Health Organization, just want to throw it out there. I mean, we know they're going down and they definitely need to, because this is ridiculous. Right, so just going to put it out there. I'm not going to say it, I'm just going to show it, if you can see it. What? And it's funny, really, because there they go with the WHO, with the health organisation, of one snake going up the pole, when really, don't we have two in a healing symbol? Can't heal if there isn't two sides coming up. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. But my dad's just sent me that. But that's interesting in the 3D stuff. Exactly. Yes, a bit disgusting. Yes, but that's another reason why they're going down, because, yeah. Well, when people start to see, realise the real lies, and they wake up, because this is the whole point that I'm going to go into a minute with Laura Eisenhower again, Magenta Pixie. If people who don't want to look at certain stuff, and people who look at Trump in a hating way, and they don't understand what's going on. So anyway, I'm going to read the Q poem out, because obviously Q was a part of my awakening and beyond that. So let's go. So, we all came together by the letter Q. Just have a drink. Yeah, just before I start, yeah, Dave, I'm gonna try and find. I've got printing paper. I'm gonna try and find some nice paper to put some of my artwork on, and then they'll just be like A4 for now. But like my JFK Jr. picture is A4, but it looks gorgeous in a white frame. You can get your frames yourself, obviously. You know, I've got little tubes that pictures can be posted in, and I'll show you some pictures after. Here's Tapper. There he is. There's Tapper. So, we all came together by the letter Q, picked up the breadcrumbs, researched, and knew what to do. And if I do this poem, I'm going to have to start again. If I do this poem, I might do it printed out, typed out, and then do some pictures around it to do with Q. So, we all came together by the letter Q, picked up the breadcrumbs, researched, and knew what to do. The movement of truth from dark to light. We are all Q, and we the people will fight for our freedom, our families, and our rights to live in a world rid of evil. It's all for our kids. So we ride on the Q train with POTUS and R, so let's unite together and shout hurrah. The plan of the elite, sky is falling down. They never thought she'd lose. They are such clowns. So the rise of the people, like the rise of the sun, is light to the world to show us the way. Truth is here, and it's here to stay. This time will be told for years to come. History we are making, and we've all been a part of it. It's been so much fun. We've laughed, we've cried, we've wobbled at times, but we stayed strong and we stayed on the ride. The time is now where we go one, we go all. Patriots of the world, we win, they fall. Thank you, Q, POTUS and R. You set us free to be who we truly are. We the people. This is what it's all about. Who we truly are. Not the false ego that's supposed to be merging with us. Who we truly are. Not what we've been told we are. Programmed to believe we are. Who we truly are. So that needs doing, because most of you know have been following me for a bit. This was done in the kitchen a year or so ago, or two. It might have been in 2000. I can't remember. Just came into my head while I was making a cup of tea, raw, just there. So that will be going along with the JFK Jr. picture as well. So anyway, so, and there's a little doodle I was doing today on something that's going to be on something. Don't know what yet. Could be on a bag. Not quite sure yet, but that's the coming. People have been talking about at some point down the line, I want to print some of my designs on t-shirts with positive quotes on, and maybe some Dolly dictionary, I'd like to call it. Dolly sayings, you know, like batshit crazy. And when I've said fruitation, because I don't say fruition, I say fruitation. And everyone's like, you've said it wrong. I went, yeah, but it's the same thing. Fruitation's nicer. We all grow, and, you know, the fruits of our labour, if you get what I'm saying. I say fruit, I get things mixed up. So I say fruitation, which I think is more beautiful anyway. So in Dolly's dictionary, because we are going to have a Dolly's dictionary of the words that I say, could be on quotes as well. But all positive quotes, like the one I did with the picture the other day, which was only a doodle, but I would like to replicate it onto a t-shirt. I was thinking black with this colour on it also. I don't know. You know, this one. This was only a doodle, so I need to redo it. But follow your bliss. You should be following your bliss. Yeah, so we have to do men's shirts, but I'm gonna have to look into that. It's a thing I need to look into and see what's what. But obviously, you know, I've got drawings all over the house. This one needs finishing off because I'm going to print this one out, which says Liberation Earth, Love, Liberation Stargate. Oh, that's just what came in, but it's not finished yet. But yes, hi Ron. Ron's in the house as well, from America too. So before I start about the stages, I had a mini meditation earlier on, and I'd love that one, especially in that colour yellow. Oh, do you mean the bliss one? Yeah, and I like the mustardy yellow. I think it's quite nice. Sometimes I do it with colour, sometimes I do it with a bit of colour, but I will look into it. So I had a mini meditation today, and in the meditation I saw lots of colours. I'm trying to think what colours I saw now. It went through a lot of colours. Can't remember. Then it went to a picture of, like, I haven't drawn it out, but I am going to draw this out because I normally do draw out what I see, but I've just done a mini drawing. It was stars, and then a lot of stars were linking up like this, and then it looked like people. So when people's legs are open, and sounds a bit together, if you lay on the floor and there was 5 of you, it makes a star formation, and the word came in, star formation. And then I was thinking about the transformation. Hi, John Binney. Sorry, I haven't even checked my emails from ages ago, you know, about the singing thing and all that. Don't even know what I've been doing. I've just been doing stuff. Yeah, t-shirts be great. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. That's what I've got to look into if anyone's got any good ideas on that. Transformation within ourselves is what we're going to anyway, which is what the whole part of the awakening is. But that's the word that came in, is star formation. Star formation. Star formation. But then I was thinking of a transformation, because a lot of the stuff is coming, energies above, coming within. So Dolly Diction, love it. Yeah, well, Dolly Diction, Dolly Dictionary, I said. But yeah, it just made me think of the word transformation. So star formation, I don't know if that means anything to anybody, but that's what I got in on a mini meditation, and it was loads of stars linking up with the points, and then it was making a shape, which I will draw out. I just haven't had time to draw out what I personally saw. And then it was people, because they say, you know, when you put your arms and legs out anyway, we're a star, 5-pointed star. When we stand up and do this, from there to your arm and bring it in and bring it out, it's a star shape. So, but then it's formation, all it's coming in now, all linked together. So there'd be one there, one there, one there. It's us all linking up together. It's like star fam, innit? I keep saying, oh, I love it, like five tribe, star tribe, soul fam, all linking up together. And then I guess if all the stars link up together, it's just one big shiny star, innit? Shiny light. The dark really can't break that up because it's quite strong. That's just coming to my head right now. So that was my little meditation earlier, not long ago actually. So yeah, yes, 5 is the number of man. Yeah, so we are the stars, exactly. So it might mean a lot to some of you, and some people it might not, and that's fine. Star jumps in exercise. Yeah. So anyway, I'm just going to do a little chat on the stages of awakening, which I think is quite funny, and then a little bit on some videos I've just seen, and I'm just loving it. So I'm not really talking about 3D stuff as such, but Trump will be mentioned. But I'm just seeing, as I keep saying, loads and loads of more people waking up, and especially my sister. and some of her friends. And it's really funny now, because when I first woke up to Q, which some people still think is a psyop out there, and that's fine if that's what you think it is, but personally, me, myself, and I don't think that. And at the end of the day, Q brought me to a reawakening of myself, pushing me forward with knowing that there's more to it, and it's not just that, and it pushes you forward if you're flowing with it, to realize, Star Jump Ascension, really, yes, realize that it's a transformation within us, which will come in on the outside and affect everybody else as well. Being positive and in love, we're still warriors. We still have to speak our truth and speak in the light, and we're not letting people zap our energy. Q is a speaker of truth, exactly. And we have to put boundaries up sometimes. And Q is a speaker of truth, and it's the whole thing of the people that are going against Trump and Q saying it's a psyop. That's fine if that's what you think, but at the end of the day, Q and Trump are bringing truth. And people don't want to look at it, because people do not like looking at what we'd class as evil or bad or the dark side. And they don't want to look at it. They just want to look at the positive, the beautiful. They don't, shy away from it. It's like, yes, but you have a shadow self that we're trying to merge with and look at and reflect on. And that's all to help you be a better person when you start doing that work. Shadow work, whatever you want to call it. Oh, I haven't given up on Trump. I've never given up on Trump. I've never given up on Trump. I'm a massive Trump supporter. I've got his T-shirt, I've got a hat, I've got a cup. I'm a massive Trump supporter. It's just that I don't have to keep mentioning it, but I do bring it up. Everybody knows, if you're not new to my channel, you know that I'm a massive Trump supporter. I'm just saying some people get triggered by it. I put, for instance, on Facebook the other day, I put a picture of me drinking out of my Trump cup, and a guy that I knew from school just got really angry, because people get Trump disarrangement syndrome, as in, as soon as you see anything with Trump mentioned, they just go off their heads. They're programmed to hate him because that's what the mainstream media put out, and they will just come up with the same old shit of, yeah, but did you know this, and he's one of them. Well, even if there were slight things in the past, people can change, and people are quick to judge when they can't even look at themselves and maybe stuff they did in the past of how maybe they were and they don't wish to be now, because it is all about a transformation in ourselves and leaving that stuff behind. But I don't believe that a lot of that anyway. It's just people are programmed to hate because it's what a lot of people talk about on lamestream mafia media. But at the end of the day, he's bringing truth out, and he says things so people look into stuff and see the truth. But you do need to see the dark side, because as I've said before, to know who you truly are and what you truly want to do and where you truly want to go, how would you know that with just being perfectly perfect all the time and not looking at your shadow self and not learning and reflecting from certain things you do in your life? Oh, thank you, Panda View. Well, you never know. They could be messing with the views. I don't know. But I don't always know if people get what I'm saying half the time, because I know I talk a bit coded sometimes for some people. It's just the way I am. But I know there's a frequency going on, and I know people understand. Hi, National Memorial Gardens. Yeah, we are good. I hope you're good. I've not seen you for ages. Yeah, fabulous. I've been loving lockdown. I think it's peaceful. I love going shopping for food when we've got out of the queue. But, you know, in England, we're quite used to queuing. It's quiet. I'm loving it. I mean, I'm creating like I always do. So some people aren't loving it. I said to someone today who are not used to being with themselves. I'm used to being with myself because I've been with myself for about 5 years, because, you know, I've been on my own and I've been trying to create stuff and, you know, learning about myself as well. So when this came along, it didn't really faze me. But I know there's a lot of people out there, they've spoke to me today and said, oh, you know, I'm not used to not working, and I'm not used to like, oh, I'm bored or this, that, and the other, oh, it's boring. And I'm like, you're bored? I'm like, you face. And someone said they should have this every year, a lockdown, you know, for 2 weeks or a month, where we can all get food and just have a total lockdown where everyone's just like peaceful. But anyway, just saying, I've been exercising. I've been doing morning yoga most mornings when I get a chance in the morning. It's only a 10-minute one at the minute. Just doing the same one, stretch out, and then hopefully get into it more and more. Got a little stepper as well. I've lost a bit of weight, so I'm not complaining. It's done me some good. I'm just creating, and more ideas coming in, as they always have done. The collective is integrating this process that we've been going through. Yeah, it has. And I know this is going to be a bit back and forth now. The ascension, the shift, the event, the whatever people call it, the awakening, I know it's been happening for years and years and years and years. And people didn't think that, you know, they'd ever see this day. So people are always going, oh, it's just the same thing. And I think, no, it's totally different. I'm not saying I've been awake for 20 years, because there's people who've been out awake for 20 years before that and before that. I'd say just before Q. I mean, I've always been awake. I've said this before and I'll say it again. I've always been awake to energies and something, knowing there's things there. Just because we can't see it doesn't mean it's not there. But the whole thing of the dark side with the satanical stuff that's going on in 3D, thank you, hi good servant, is I didn't really know that went on. I know people knew that went on, but to the depth and the length of what, see, people go, yeah, we've known that for a long time. We've known about this, and this, child trafficking, paedophile, blah, 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 all that sort of stuff. Like, but then when they actually research again, they're like, shit, I didn't know it went that deep, you know, that deep. So how deep can you go? It goes quite deep. But like I've always said before, don't stay in the rabbit holes too long and don't dwell there. Look at it, be aware, get upset, go through the emotions, and then move. Because if you don't move from it, it is going to bring your energies down. It is going to affect you. And I've said that before. I have disconnected from certain stuff. I'm aware of it. If this comes out, I don't need to go keep looking at it, because I'm aware of it. I'm aware of what's going on right now in the 3D. When I say 3D, I'm talking about, you know, what's put out on the mainstream media, that sort of stuff, all that sort of stuff, the thing that we're told, you know, blah, blah, blah. In America, people are starting to protest against the governors that are trying to, the lockdown, yes, and what flows in America will flow over here and over Europe, so we know that. And that's why I've always said, not anymore, not anymore. Not anymore. Is that's the other thing with Trump. Trump's come along. You know, people are screaming and shouting about him still. There's so much hate. Even my sister said today, oh my God, I can't believe there's so much hate for Trump. People won't even look at this, and this. Yes, David Rodriguez said Trump is a 5D person. Thank you, Boom Shalaka. Yeah, I'd say he's a 5D chess player as well. He knows. I've said this before. His uncle was a scientist, had some of the Tesla notes. People will go on about that, how he got it. Oh, he was part of this, he was part of the FBI. No, the FBI went into Tesla's, place. You know, when you actually research properly and you look into stuff, it makes sense. A lot of people that I watch, like Magenta Pixie, that Mo was shouting out, Laura Eisenhower, all the people now are talking about Trump. They know that he's on the good side, whether you believe it or not, and part of an alliance. Yes, he is. I'm not saying that's all of it, but he is part of an alliance. He's part of someone that's bringing something in different. 45 in the House, 45th president is in the House right now, numbers. Just saying, talking about Trump, we've got 45 people in. I accidentally watched something on the laws here that I've just changed to suit the vaccination. Yeah, I mean, I've been posted that today, but I'm absolutely taking no notice of it, because that side know, and that side can keep putting the stuff out. You know, I'm just saying, be aware, keep observing, but don't go into fear. Don't go into fear. Yeah, and in London too. So, yeah, like I was saying before, comes a president, everyone thinks he's a fool, and he's so not a fool. And a woman said something today again about he pretends to be the fool. We know that it's nothing like what's happened in the past. All them things that went under Obama and ones before were child trafficking and that. They tried to blame everything on Trump. People can't see it. And it's like, you know, he is doing good things in America, and people will say he's not. And like Laura Eisenhower today, Magenta Pixie, I said, yes, he is. How can people see from another country looking in? We probably can see more because we actually are looking in. Some people in their own countries find it hard to see because of all the shit that's going on there. Sometimes it's easier for us to see from outside. But anyway, Trump is the only one who could be doing this. Yeah, and I've said that before. He got asked to come in. It could have been in the 1980s. He knew way back. If people research and you look back at documentaries, he said and said again, something needs to happen in America. Somebody needs to come in. Would you do it? Yeah, maybe I would. I don't know. Maybe when the time's right. Well, time was right, the divine time. Hi, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ is in the house. Hi. So I've talked about all this before. Everyone knows, if you knew, maybe you don't, I am a massive Trump supporter. Don't let that trigger you if you're not into him, but I am. And I am a massive Q supporter, but I don't go on about it too much now because I've done all my research on that. And I was trying to say this morning, I don't need to look at too much stuff anymore. I keep an eye on the posts and stuff because it's all a show and it's all being done and certain things going on. But the beautiful thing about it all is more and more people are waking up. So like I said, the stages of waking up, I've had my sister totally woke up now. She's posting things on Facebook like she never would before, but she's trying to do it in a nice way where she's not triggering people so much, where I was like a battle axe. I was like, yeah, I'll just chuck this up here. And I'm more like a warring warrior of like, I'll smack you around the edge of the truth, boom, 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 boom. But even I've calmed down a lot. But this is where I said with the whole WhatsApp. Oh, WhatsApp. Oh, you've WhatsApp. I thought you said WhatsApp. I was like, what's that? Is WhatsApp me? Have you? Oh, WhatsApp chat. Oh, I don't know what. No, I'm not Tapper. Not free and single, no more. Just thought I'd throw that out there. Yeah. Oh, is Red Eye Jedi in the house? Is Red Eye Jedi in the house? Oh, JJ Jedi. Sorry, not Red Eye Jedi. Oh, yeah, you're down there. Anyone who's coming, but you go through. I mean, there's so much to the awakening. There's people waking up to, oh, the government, oh, this, yeah, but it's beyond that. Oh, Q, yeah, Trump, yeah. But it's beyond that. It's a spiritual thing. But when you do wake up, however you wake up, it's always and I can say this because this is how I personally went, and I know a lot of people did as well. It's all like, oh my God, what's going on? Oh, you're wounded now, Don. It's all right. I love you all, though. I love you all. Oh, 17 thumbs up. I love you all anyway, because just want to say, I put a post on Facebook today and I said, my opinion's my opinion, your opinion's yours, with all the triggering and stuff. But what did I say? I can't remember what I said. I said something about blah, 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 blah. But I love you all anyway, because we're all part of, we've all got a friendly relationship, soul fam going on in chat anyway. So I love you all for being part of my soul family, and a lot of you from other soul family channels on YouTube. I'm absolutely loving people at the minute, and just the energy coming off people and conversations that I'm watching personally in my own life and on YouTube and everything. I'm absolutely loving it. I'm just thinking it's a beautiful thing. So not really into it that much, but knows about the stuff before. Because like I said, there's a lot of people. I love President Trump. Yeah, I love him as well. There's a lot of people that knew about this sort of stuff without Q. So it's like I said, you don't hi the edgy engine. You don't have to be woken up by Q, but I think Q is a tool that came in to wake a lot of us up. So like I said, there's many different awakenings, but it's just when people can't see what Q is and can't see what Trump is, it's like in your face. It's something totally different. And this awakening is not like before. It's the proper one. They can't stop. So you wake up. Personally, mine was, Dolly, your energy helps so much. Thank you. I think that's what I'm here to do. I honestly think that's what it is. I do. X22 is got to be the most on point. Yeah, I will say I fell off that other channel because he went a bit fear mongering, and I can't remember what it's called. Anyway, now it's gone out of my head. But X22 report, if you want to catch up on Q and all that, X22 report is really on point. You just want to watch that in the morning. But I don't even watch them anymore because I'm just chilling. Do people really hate Trump in the USA? So I know there's a lot of people in the USA right here now would say, do a lot of people really hate Trump in the USA? I think there's more in the media, I think they do it like an iceberg. They say less like him when actually there's a big majority underneath that absolutely love him, and they never put that out. And a lot of other people are programmed anyway. Hi, Sue. But I'll just say, if I mention Trump or JFK Jr. on my Facebook, they get big time triggered. They do. They get. Before I go into it again, it's going to be a long one, this one, isn't it? My sister, I put something up the other day and someone went mad from school and they were like, oh, God, how can you say that? You're a dangerous woman. I was like, I'm a dangerous woman. Because also something was mentioned when Trump was saying about because I was drinking out a cup and said, are you drinking disinfectant? I was like, because it was a Trump cup, I was like, he was pointing to something. We all know what he was pointing to, but people are so asleep. And they said something about the virus. And I was like, well, I'm not really into the virus. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it's not real. And I'm not saying people haven't been affected or it's caused something or death or something. But we know it's not the whole truth of what it actually is and why it actually is and where it came from properly and what, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not talking about all that because everyone's talking about that and everyone can dig into that and see what they think and all that. But personally, you know, so yeah, just because I had a Trump cup and it just gets, it's just Trump derangement syndrome. You've got someone putting truth out, but people don't want to see the truth because they don't want the bubble burst. So like I said, when I woke up, it was to the actual 3D deep stuff. I was like, oh my God, does anybody know this is going on? Obviously, there's a lot of people that I've known for ages. Like a lot of people know, but like I said, some people don't know how deep it goes, but it's like, oh my God, I need to stand up. I can't say to my kids that I sat silent while all this was going on with children, and oh my God, and I was upset and I wanted to go around and bash everyone on the head with a baseball bat. Yes, I've been designing some. I'll be making some more for sale. Bashing for summer, bashing everyone around the head with a baseball bat or a big red pill, the blue pill or the red pill, which one you're going to take. I took the red, then thought, oh God, I wish I could have took the blue and go back to sleep because it'd be so much easier. But now I'm so glad I didn't, because the truth will set you free no matter how hard it is, because it does. People can be so easily, yeah, I'm drinking cheap Canadian whiskey, but it's like, you go through all that and you go through a lot of anger, like, oh my God, ooh, and then you go through that bit of I can't even be around people. I can't even be around my friends because they're just looking at me like, I mean, I have true friends that I can count on my hand, and my true friends were like, probably looking at me like, yeah, she's batshit crazy, but we do unconditionally love her. So, and my friend said that, she went, yeah, but we do love you. We unconditionally love you anyway. It doesn't matter what you trying to bring out and all that, and they were taking bits on, but they weren't into it, and that was fine. But I did actually become a hermit, like most people do, because I couldn't be in that energy of people not understanding what I was saying and just looking at you with a glazed look of, what? Oh, it's not real, is it? It's like, yeah. And then they're still watching TV programs, and I'm like, oh my God, I can't watch this shit. I can't watch the TV. I can't be around. I can't even be having this conversation about Coronation Street. I can not have this. I can't have. So it was easier just to be in, being creative and just not being around people. And people, you'll know where I'm coming from. Yeah, batshit crazy. Oh yeah. Oh, that goes in with the times, didn't it? Maybe I brought it on because I'm always saying it. And then you get that whole thing of like, so everyone thinks you're batshit crazy. Everyone thinks you're crazy. Everyone thinks you're a lunatic. Everyone thinks you need a white jacket. My mum, remember, thought I needed a jacket. When I started going on about certain stuff 3 years ago, when Q first dropped, she went, she sent it to my sister, or supposed to have sent it to her sister, and she sent it to me by accident saying, I think Janine needs to be put in a white jacket. I was like, and now my mum's waking up, and when she has a bit of a whine, she wants to tell everyone in her area where they're all a bit older, and I'm like, whoa, mothership's waking up. She was a bit awake anyway. Mothership is waking up. Something going on there. If my mum's waking up, wow. How dare you have dreads? Who, me? How dare I have dreads? So, yeah, that's just really funny. And then my sister knew about bits, but she's all over it now. She's always ringing me and telling me and texting me about 50 million times a day, and I'm like, Yeah, no. Yeah, I know, I want that one. I know, but it's great. But she's trying to do it in a more calmer way because I'd already planted seeds in my sister's head about certain things. She knows she doesn't have to go in depth about certain things with the kids and all that, looking at stuff. She doesn't want to do it. And I said, you don't have to. We did it. So she won't be too upset with stuff, and she knows not what to look at and what to look at. But she is digging on her own and she's researching, and her friends are too behind the scenes. And it's all this massive awakening. And so she's not running around with like a baseball bat like I wanted to do. I literally wanted to smack everybody's head in with it, just being truthful, like a big wake up. But then you go through all that. Hi, verse writer. I have a friend who keeps calling me to tell me to watch this or that on television. I know, yeah, exactly. And then you go through the whole anger, really upset mode. Oh, and then you go through the triggered mode where you just want to. I've done it. People have seen me do it on my channel. I still get triggered now, but not as bad as I used to. Going in, shouting things out on people's channels and saying things and like, oh my God, like you're all asleep. And then like getting triggered on my own channel with people like, whoa. I mean, sometimes, like I said, it is good to get triggered. You triggered someone and it helps them sometimes to actually realize what's going on and start researching too. Remember, I did it to Dave. I did it to Dave in chat, Dave Mord in chat. He will tell you. I did it to Dave, told him off, give him a virtual slap, and then he came back and he'd done the researching on Q, and that was fine. But you go through that whole like so triggered at everything everybody says, everything. Where I've calmed down a lot now, even in 3D of like, well, it is what it is. And if people can't see it, they will do in the end, because we all come through it our own way, in our own divine time. I just say to moderators, be careful with who you're chucking out sometimes, because sometimes people get mixed up with conversations. I've noticed, end up chucking people out when they're actually having a conversation with someone else. It gets a bit confusing. But you go through all that, and I'm going through that stage now of I'm calming down a lot more, and I'm beginning to see that, it's not just one way that's the right way of like coming through Q or whatever it is. We all come through different ways. But just to say that isn't a bad, it isn't a psyop, it isn't a bad thing. But you don't have to come through it that way. Yeah, don't get bitter, get better. Exactly. But you go through all that process, and I think you have to. Some people, maybe they don't, but I had to go through this process to learn. And people did try to tell me, a few years ago, oh, you got to be like this, but you can't cheat a test. You can't cheat an initiation, because that's how I see it. You can't cheat it. You've got to go through it to feel it, so within yourself what's actually going on. Because if you cheat a test, then you don't really know, do you? So to me, it's not going to work like that. You can go through it quicker. It doesn't have to take you ages. But I think the best way through it is to go through all the emotions, all the reflecting, because that's what we're doing, and then moving away from that and realizing, you know what, there's a better way of doing it in love. But I will still put my defenses up, and there is certain energy barriers. If people are being assholes, then you're going to get chucked out of chat. That's just the way I am. It doesn't matter if someone's saying something against something now. I'm a bit more calmer about things now, but there is that whole thing. But you start to calm down a lot. So I'm looking at my sister and friends and people that I know waking up now, and it's making me laugh even on YouTube, and not laughing at the situations of certain situations that are going on with certain things that are not nice, people getting ill and stuff like that. I'm just saying the whole thing of, oh my God, you were like me like 3 years ago, and I was like, oh. And it's like watching yourself, because we are all one, and it's just funny. We will fail. History tells us time and time again. Yeah, but it depends on your mind state. Doom show, last train. We're not going to fail because repeating history, because history is a lie anyway, a lot of it. And they've tried to cover things up of who we are and what we are. This time we've won, and it's all being played out because they knew this time would come. This is part of the ascension of the shift in energies, the dimensions, the beings, whatever you want to call it. There's new energies in. When you see my orb videos, I know there's new energies and I can feel it. It's totally different. If you're watching certain channels on certain things, you can feel it. So I don't go with that timeline, because it's not about then, it's about now. It's not about then, it's about now. It's not about then, it's about now. It's about being in the now. That doesn't matter anymore. I've said to people before, your past doesn't matter anymore. You want to be the person you truly wanted to be, whatever that is, but we're all working to be better people, and every day we'll work on this. Every day we'll fall, every day we'll get back up. You may have arguments, but you may get triggered. You may do this. You may say the wrong word sometimes. It may not come out. But we're all working on ourselves every day to be a better person, to come away from maybe the way we were in the past, because we've all been programmed. So really, it's not our fault. We've all been programmed to believe we're this, that, and oh, we should be doing this, that, and the other. Or we should be getting triggered. Or we should be saying this. Like I said, your past doesn't define who you are now. If you're letting it define who you are now, then you're going to have a harder time. Be who you want to be, but just do it in love. Yeah, it took time to get here, but we're here now. Exactly. It's been hard. I've friends who laugh at my views and are constantly trying to trigger me all the time, but have learned to ignore. Exactly. These friends think Obama is great, so hard to, I know. And you want to say stuff, but then you just think, do you know what? You just carry on being you, and when they come across what they come across, what we came across, they will see in the end, and then they'll be like, oh, okay. I'm just glad I haven't had to go through the process of thinking someone was good and then thinking, but it's if people can retract, if people can reflect, if people can, even I would, if this didn't come out to be the way I think it is, but you can tell, would turn around and say, look, I got it all wrong. But I personally would do that. But I know there's people out there who would be, say, for example, on YouTube and wouldn't have the balls to come on and go, do you know what? I was wrong about that. I was wrong about that person, that person, that person. Would people do it? Guess we'll see, won't we? Because there is people that have done it. There's people that I used to watch, I can't remember the code, and they thought something else, and they've turned, full turn, rotation, gone down the spiritual path, and beautiful. Yeah, but like I said, again, the Doom Show, Last Train, it's your mindset. It's happening. More and more people are waking up. More and more people wake up. Secret societies don't work in secret. When people are awake, we've realised to see real lies. That's all I'm saying. But everyone's got their own opinions, so that's fine. But the timeline I'm on, the timeline, there's another one, Dolly Dictionary. The timeline I'm on isn't part of that timeline. There's too many people on that timeline, and all they see is, I hate saying that polarity thing, and oh, bad, 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 bad. There's nothing good that can come in. No one's a saviour. Trump's not the saviour. Q's not the saviour. No one said they were. We are. We're the ones we've been waiting for. We're the ones that have to rise and stand up, because in the past, we've rose and we fell because we couldn't get the information out. The times are different now because we have the internet, we have phones. It's an age of information, which is an age of transformation. So it's totally different. It was easier for them to cover stuff up in the past because we didn't have people walking around with mobile phones taking videos and showing the truth when they were actually there, compared to, just for example, what the mainstream mafia media is saying. It's totally different. Totally different. And the reason why you'll find a lot of disclosure will be within yourself when you start experiencing things which a lot of people are beginning to experience, have done, are doing, energies and stuff like that. Like, you don't really know what it is, but you know something's going on. Personally, the feeling I get, it's an exciting energy. It's a very exciting energy. It can make you tired. It's a very exciting energy. New energy. We are the saviours. Yes, Maria, we are the saviours. We can no longer give our power away. I'm not consenting, like Laura Eisenhower said, and I did say that today. I'm not consenting. I can merge with the dark side and know that that was that part they had to play, but it went a bit over the light, too much, not in balance. So I'm not consenting to that shit that they do. We can say we love you for being that part, but I do not consent to that anymore, of what was happening there. I don't consent. I don't consent. I don't consent. So what can we do on a higher level to help affect change? Meditation, sending out love. Yeah, well, I mean, you know, a lot of people will say different things. Do you think we put ourselves in our timeline? Yes, because I think, like, for instance, when people go on about New World Order, and do go on about it now, of, oh, we're still in that and we're still in this and we're looking at that. Well, say, for instance, with what's going on now, if you bow down to, like, oh, what can we do? Victim mode. oh, I guess we'll have to bow down to the government and take our shots and all, giving your power away to something else, thinking they're going to save you, as in shots and things going on, then we go down that timeline, because once we go like that, we go on that timeline of the New World Order and the things they wanted to bring in, because we're all going, oh, but we're not, we're rising. We're like, we've got choices. If we choose to have a vaccine, we should choose to have a vaccine. If we choose not to have one, our own free will, then we should be able to choose to go and look for something different, like holistic healing. Because I've said they've killed a lot of doctors off in holistic healing. There's nothing wrong with holistic herbs and stuff like that. Light energy, light medicine that Trump was going on about, all these things that, even technologies, we can have technology. Technology is not all bad. Everyone thinks it's all bad. It's not, used in the right way. A bit like Nikola Tesla, light energy to help heal people. We should have the choice to be able to choose what we want. If people want to go down that road and they want the vaccines or whatever, and I'm not saying all vaccines are bad, but just saying, you choose, should have choice. It shouldn't be mandatory. You got that, well, there's something wrong if that's happening, isn't it? If someone's forcing you, we're sovereign beings, and that's what we're going back to. Yeah, exactly. None for me either. Well, Doom Show, last train out. If that's what you think, if that's what you're seeing, that's your reality. It's not mine. That's not what I'm seeing. That's not what's, you know, people rise and you get on a higher vibration and you start doing on the work within. You will see something different, but that's okay. So I'll stop reading that now. But yes, but like I said, if you start meditating daily, it don't have to be for hours, and you start going within and feeling the energies, being in the silence, being in the now, and just feeling what's going on. And breath work is so important. Breathing, if you're feeling a bit of anxiety or that, if you sit and breathe, deep breaths, and just feel, you know, at any time in the day, it will calm you down and you can feel what's going on around you. Yeah, you will be okay, Doom Show. It's, you know, you need to be checking the right people out at the minute, because there's a lot of people out there putting a lot of fear-mongering crap out, and it just sends everyone on a But like I said, all I'm seeing at the minute is beautiful people waking up more and more and more. They're realizing about themselves, how we need to come to be more interacting with each other like we are on here, linking together for solutions. Because once you see the dark, I'm fusing certain crystals and I feel raising my frequency. Yeah, crystals hold information. Linking together, collaborating and stuff like that. The only way we can know how to have a new way in a new world, as I've said before, is if we look at the dark side, see it, are aware of it, don't want it to come in anymore, want it stopped, and then realize, aha, so this was happening. So how do we now have a new way of being, helping each other in love? For example, say jobs. There are certain jobs that may not come back because, like I said, they could have been nefarious and people don't know. And, you know, people at the top may not be going back to there. They might get new people in who are for the people and want to work with the people and their staff and look after their staff and be more flexible and actually go out talking and working with their staff instead of sitting in the office and never, you know, thinking they're better than all the staff, because they're in a pyramid and they're at the top and they think they're better than everyone else and they don't really want to integrate with the staff. They just want to lock themselves away and really just get paid for doing nothing because they're probably from a family. I'm not saying all businesses, I'm just saying big businesses. When really, wouldn't you like to work for a boss who's interacting, wants to help his staff? Because once you help your staff want to work for you. You know, they're going to want to work for you. You're a bit more flexible. You know, you're not taking the mick, but your staff are going to want to work for you, going to respect you more. It doesn't mean that you're dead soft, but there's that balance going on. So there's all sorts that can be done. Oh yeah. So like I said, there's many different stages of anger, all your emotions you go through the awakening, but you come out at the end more like, do you know what? This place is a beautiful place. Yes, there's shitty things going on. And yeah, we're in the eye of the storm and everyone's going mad around us, but it's pretty, to me, I'm like, I'm just loving people waking up. I'm seeing me a few years ago when I was all like, oh my God. And then the calming down of other people who were more in front of me. There's not levels, like we say, there's, you know, stages. And I'm looking at them thinking, yeah, I'm following that suit, you know, that path, that's where we're all going anyway, to be more calmer in love and compassion and stuff like that, and how to be in relationships as well. And I mean friendships, relationships as, you know, partners, how, you know, there's more to it than the normal that we're programmed in, all the stuff we're programmed to believe what happens in a relationship, any relationship, that's family, friends, partners, whatever. There's more to it, and it's not just the things that they portray out there, like sexual things or these things or them things. There's many different things of being and energetics and energy that we don't really look at, because it's always in relationships, it's always a physical thing, and it's always someone looking at the physical, you know, the physical body or something like that, and they're not really looking at people within. And that's a beautiful thing when people look at people's essence within them as well. There's a lot of people out there with no essence going on. So anyway, I'm going to play a bit of I think it was Magenta Pixie going on about Trump and stuff, because it was brilliant, and this is exactly what I feel. So I think because they did it, talked about it, I'm not going to show you, I'm just going to play it. I just thought, yeah, but more and more people are realizing it's not what they think it is. So it was Magenta Pixie Divine Feminine Roundtable. So it was a load of women talking about the divine feminine because that's the energy that's coming in right now. And as I've said before, it's not about women being over men. It's about coming into balance. So let me find the right bit where it was, and I think it was round about here. So
all their energy into that have raised their children under those guidelines.
By the way, it was Laura Eisenhower, Magenta Pixie, Nina Starsong, Tara, I don't even know what that says, Paula Connor, and Christina somebody. I can't really see the writing on there, but we're just going to have a little listen. And Tapper's put it in chat.
All of a sudden, it's like, because Saturn conjunct Pluto and this Pluto element that takes us into the underworlds and helps us to face that dark night of the soul, humans don't really know how to do that because we haven't been given permission to initiate. We're handed drugs. We're told we're depressed, and oh, stop being so sensitive. Don't cry. And it's almost like there's a huge.
Dr. B, you create your reality. Yes, you do. Others have had most in their reality longer than we've been here.
Crisis in the lungs and throat. So people can just say, hey, this is traumatic. This is unbelievable because of what'll somebody else.
Well, I will say, Dom, before I play this, yeah, man haters and woman haters are scary. They are scary, but they've been programmed, a lot of them, because there's that whole thing of feminazis, I call them, where they were too hating against men, and then you've got the men movement where they're hating against women. Well, how does that work? It's supposed to be coming together, do you know what I mean? But that's that was socially engineered to separate the sexes, because everything's on separation and dividing. You know, I'm a woman. I love strong men. I like men to be men, but I also like men to be protective of that thing that they, you know, they care for the woman, but they're a strong person. But you know, and men like feminine women as well. You know, that probably sounds a bit old-fashioned, but that thing we do like that, and there is that sort of a role to play, in a sense, if you get what I'm saying. But it's not that women are weak, but when they're doing that whole like, oh yeah, we're trying to be like men, it's like, no, you can do it another way. That's how I personally see it. Of course, we want men to be like that. We want proper men, but we don't want men who are like too in the, you know, where they go over the top with violence, stuff like that, too like that. But there's that respect and there's that protection and that, you know, all that sort of good stuff anyway. But anyway,
say, and what if I shatter their reality, or what if all this is conspiracy? So regardless of where this weapon or this virus or whatever comes from, this collective grief is the growth period we're in.
Yeah, Maria, like Magenta Pixie said, the cabal have a strong hold over United Kingdom, so it's important we get as much knowledge as we can about what our rights are. Yeah, well, like a lot of us know that through the Q thing, because when you think of United Kingdom, they have ruled a lot of the countries, Australia, Canada, America. People don't even know this. That's why Q sort of stopped with a while back with what's she called in the UK, the one before Boris, what's the fake out, Theresa May. Think of the Rothschilds. Q says Israel's left for last. You know, so we know all that. This wee country here, you know, the UK had a big play in a lot of things, which most of us know. Your conscience becomes attracted to others' conscience. You notice yours enough. Yeah. Anyway, I'm just going to play this because I'll never get through it.
To face so that we can cry and heal and release all the stress, all the harsh realities.
It's because they're going to go into Trump in a minute, so you know.
And move through this initiation and begin to feel again, because all these compromised beings that need to abduct lost their emotionality, lost their reproductive capacity because they shunned the feeling world. And so to be reminded to feel again, I think it's going to help us strengthen the lungs, strengthen the throat, and also build.
And there's that whole thing about men and women, as they've tried to project it through other things, is men have a feminine energy in them and women have a masculine. Is merging the both. You know, you need to be strong sometimes and you need to have that nurturing, and men can still have that, you know, those feelings. Like men think they shouldn't cry. Yeah, men are allowed to cry if you're feeling something. There's all that stuff. Oh, it's not manly. Yeah, because we're programmed. We're programmed in so many ways to think certain things about so many certain things that aren't true. It takes a man to show the feelings, I believe. You know, but yeah.
You know, stronger bonds because we need each other. We can't do this alone. And I cried before this interview. I'm like, oh my God. And I cry all the time. That was my old profession. It's just like, okay, I've got to, you know, instead of going out for a walk, I'm going to cry for 2 hours and then I can get on with my day.
And that's one of the things that is so funny when you process now, you know, integrating emotions like I mentioned. But I'm so glad everybody else had, everybody that's listening is so involved with this that's being revealed, right? Like, it's like, doesn't anybody wonder why? Like, we've got this World Health Organization, we've got all these global scientists, these brilliant minds, and not one of them.
Remember what I've said about Trump and Tesla, and they just said it in. You know, I've said this before. We're not going down history because it's different. It's different this time. Totally different.
About any natural remedy to boost the immune system in the 4 months of the television, like that's gotta, you have to be like that. People are waking up to that, going, "What the hell? What's that?" You know, you're in charge of pandemics and globally. Well, you failed, so you're fired. We're firing you.
Yeah. What about Chinese medicine, all the herbs? There's multiple things that can even deal with the radiation. It's like the shot is definitely to link us to a 5D thing and to take this new world order agenda to the next level, and it's not going to work. We're too powerful. Too many people have woken up, and the wave is just going to continue to grow.
The wave is going to continue to grow. It is massive. Even with the Q thing, there's millions on it. And when I got on it 3 years ago, there was 5,000 a day waking up. There's more and more on that. There's more and more waking up all the time on different levels. So, and once you're awake, you can't go back to sleep. So that's all I'm saying.
When Donald Trump say yesterday, he was talking about MMS, like it's a magic mineral solution, Jim Humboldt. He was talking about taking that. And then it got twisted in the media that he was talking about
in the light therapy, right?
Light therapy.
Like, yeah, they completely twisted it, saying Donald Trump says we should inject disinfectant. It was like that.
They completely twisted it for the people who know. If you know, they did.
Wasn't what he was talking about. Apparently, that was the gist of what I got from it anyway.
But the thing is, it's already in vaccines that they give children, these disinfectants, formaldehyde, and all these horrific things, and then they're giving him a hard time. And looking at anti-vaxxers like they're conspiracy theorists.
But the MMS is like, it is amazing. It does clean out toxins out of the body. It's super powerful. It's, you know, I don't know if you're nodding, right? You've come across it. It's super powerful.
Yes, I have a lot. Yep.
So, yeah.
I find it so funny with Trump. He's unknowingly intuitive, that man itself.
See, there's a lady that says she doesn't know about Q. I don't think. She's like, oh, Trump unknowingly doesn't know he's intuitive. Oh, he does.
And he doesn't know why he suddenly wants to say something and it comes out.
Oh, he does know why he's saying certain stuff, and it comes out as something else.
All
Bless.
Funny and goofy, but a lot of the time it's like, hey, you're actually onto it, you know. And they know
it's
it.
awful. wasn't his uncle an MIT professor in science, and he's like super advanced in that field? And
yeah,
I think I watched an interview where Trump said that he's just really interested in this stuff, right? But yeah, the media.
There's a major Tesla connection there too, and so
Tesla
generators instead of ventilators, and all these little slips, like you're saying. Then he'll just say, "Shut up, you're fake news. I don't talk to you." It's just like, right? And all these bad people bashing him. I'm like, anyway, yeah.
News just in on something. Why Sweden rejected a carnivorous, or what's a carnivorous lockdown? Why? Just putting that out there. My dad just sent me that, but
I did share with you, didn't I, about Trump appearing to me in a dream once as an enlightened master in white gowns, and I said to him, "Huh, Trump?" And he goes,
have you read about the man who consumed? Yeah, I can't say that. Apparently, he was poisoned by his wife, and she is a Trump hater. See what I mean? Poisoned by his wife because she's a Trump hater. I mean, my God.
"Yeah," and I said, "But that doesn't make sense." He says, I know. I'm just playing the fool in life, but that's the way I have to do it in order to."
She had a dream about Trump, and he said, "Oh, I know. I'm just playing the fool in life to get where I'm going." I've said this before when we pulled the fool card out the tarot deck. The fool card doesn't mean you're a fool. It's part of the journey. You act like a fool to fool people. Just saying. This is what she said. Listen.
Don't get my agenda. Trump appearing to me in a dream once as an enlightened master in white gowns, and I said to him, "Huh, Trump?" And he goes, "Yeah." And I said, "But that doesn't make sense." He says, I know. I'm just playing the fool in life, but that's the way I have to do it in order to, get my agenda, bring in the golden age kind of thing, which was really interesting. And then a week later, I got Obama in a dream, and he was asking me to stop making the films because his plan was already gonna, it was futile what I was trying to do because the New World Order was already in a far advanced stage. So it was very interesting that.
And if we are all becoming aware and nothing does happen, so what? At least people were talking and not just going with the narrative that we're always put out. And we've met a load of good people on the way, and that's a great thing because it's meeting people on the same wavelength. That doesn't bother me.
Goody presented himself as a baddie and vice versa.
But in alignment with correct energies, your dreams were. And it's interesting, so I've had a lot of people write to me with very similar dreams.
The whole things of just people being aware of even themselves and how they're reacting to stuff and starting reflecting. That's a brilliant thing anyway. And they're going off to do stuff because all this big thing, like I said, transformation is the biggest thing is, and someone said to me as well, is if you're in too much of it all the time, is it stopping you from living your life? Like when all this comes out, this is what I'd say at the end of it all. Comes out, what are you going to do then? What are you going to do then? Are you going to look at things differently? You've got to remember, is all the information that you're taking in, is it expanding you or what's the other word? The opposite word. Is it expanding you? It's expanded me. It's expanded me within myself. It's expanded it's my dad again, Waxman. Energy. It's expanding me to look at other things. So to me, it's a beautiful thing. If it's not expanding you and it's keeping you very limited and in fear, maybe you're looking at too much of the same thing all the time. It should be expanding. It's expanded me, and I feel more expansion coming. I can feel it on and on and on, spiraling. So
it's about Trump. People who couldn't make up their own mind, didn't know whether Trump was good or not, and then they've had dreams that have answered those questions for them.
I had a dream a couple of years ago, 2 or 3 summers ago, and
I had a dream the other year, I don't know if anyone remembers, it was like I was looking from above and it was a man in blue and a man in red. One had red hair, one had dark hair. The uniform, they were in a garden, and at first I thought, oh my God, they're warring, or maybe they were at war. but then they weren't, and there was bodyguards there, but they didn't look from Earth, because their uniform they had on was a bit, I know it sounds daft, a bit Star Trekified, a bit pointy. I can't remember what they had on here, but they were walking around this garden and they were smiling and they were respecting each other, and there was just a good, I couldn't hear what they were saying, but there was a vibe and they were smiling, and it was something that had changed when I think about it now. And they were in the sunshine, but it was a blue, it was like a blue uniform, and it was more like a burgundy red. It was like a burgundy red, and one of them had red hair. I don't know if it was the one in the reddish suit or the one in the blue suit, but they were shaking hands and they were coming to an agreement, and that was, I don't know if that was last year or the year before.
He made a new peace treaty with the Galactics. That was the dream, that he made a new peace treaty.
See, Ran, I never wanted to like Trump, but there was something nagging me from the start about him, and now I know why. Exactly. A lot of people don't like him because they're programmed off TV, what to think about him, or you just think, oh, he's a bit of a fool sometimes. I don't understand. When you get to know how it works, especially if you're onto Q, you know what he's saying and why he says certain words, which people in 3D won't see. They'll just think he's stupid. Then you start to realise what it is he's doing. It's America first and then the world, but that's for people to find out themselves.
At the higher levels. You had a dream too, Magenta, didn't you, of him moving papers and...
Yes, I did. Yes, I had a dream of him sitting there outdoors at a table, and he was actually creating a treaty with many world leaders. I had a friend
See, verse writer had a dream that he has to get married to it. Well,
contact me only last week. And that person had a Trump dream. This was one of the individuals that wasn't sure whether Trump was good or not, was open to the fact that Trump was working for the light, and then had a dream that showed him exactly who Trump was, just like Chrissy. So this is the higher self, this is the intuitive aspect. Everything we want to know will come to us. When we're in alignment and when we've let go of any resistance, there are so many people that have just decided that they hate Trump, and they've put them.
And he's got a good name, because my late granddad was called Don, and my son's middle name is Don as well, Donald, actually. Just saying.
Into such a resistance place that they're not able to open.
Exactly what she's saying. You put yourself in such a resistance place of resisting it, and then you're putting yourself in that. It's not good.
That energy and relax with that energy, and then move into the alignment and see truth. I had a lot of people when I first started talking about Trump, because obviously I saw this when I...
See, it's such a beautiful thing. Yeah, the answers are within us. That Magenta Pixie, and a lot of people that I've looked up to for the past couple of years, like she said, she didn't used to talk a lot about us. She used to talk about people get triggered. I've always talked about Trump in here. I don't care what people think. I'm like, look, this is what I think. This is what I feel. I am not scared of saying out loud to anybody anywhere that I'm a Trump supporter. She and her saying this now is just absolutely brilliant. All these people on this channel, there's 6 women all saying the same thing. So just listen to what she says. It's so true how things come to you at the right time. When I look back on my journey, I'm gobsmacked. Exactly. When you look back on your journey, you see it all. I think, like Q says, past proves the future, or future proves the past. It's all like, oh, that's why that and that happened, and this happened, and that, and oh, it's amazing.
First looked at his photograph, I saw straight away what his role was,
I know.
and so I made videos about it. And I had so many people write to me privately, absolutely attacking me and saying I was ridiculous and wasn't really psychic and was a fake. And
I got ridiculed 3 years ago. People that used to come on this chat thought I was talking about politics. I've never been into politics. I've never voted. It's nothing to do with politics. The amount of crap I got, the amount of hate I got, the amount of trolls I got a few years back, I still stood strong though. I was like, I'm not bowing down and shrinking down because someone because I was getting all this crap. Now I'm like, oh, so people are beginning to see
all this stuff. And then these same people wrote to me like a year later, I mean, not all of them, but many of them, to say, I did go away and I was really angry and I decided not to listen to your messages anymore. I decided I never want to listen to Magenta again because she's a fake. But then I started to listen to your messages, and then slowly, over this period
Thank you.
of time and seeing the things that Trump has done and looking behind the scenes and understanding the big picture, people have come back to me and apologized and said, I'm really...
And I had a friend that I went to New York with, I told you, one of my friends, and she was like, oh yeah, she knows this and she knows that, and then she's all over Q now, and she was like, I'm really sorry, I didn't know it went that deep. And I was like, it's okay. It's okay. She went, I'm really sorry. And for that person to say that, because they're quite strong-headed in what they believe in as well, to come back to me to say, never thought that person would say that to me. Oh my God, I'm really sorry I didn't know that. That was like, people are waking up, oh my days. My mum found some old toys and there was a wooden letter cube. The letter is a red Q. So I fully believe. Well, the funny thing is, my son has the little cubes that we make bracelets out of, and the only one that was on the floor that he had tipped out and I put some away was a Q as well. So yeah. Q quantum.
Sorry, and you have opened my eyes and you were right. So I think people really do need to understand what is going on, because if you can't understand what Trump's role is in this, you won't understand.
All the presidents before, apart from a few, you know, JFK Jr. and a few others, you know, you never had all this crap. Since he's come along, oh, he's putting a foot wrong all the time. That says something right there, because if you know who the cabal are and you've seen Out of the Shadows documentary, people need to go and see that. If you haven't seen it, you don't understand that. That's just a soft part of what's going on for people who are coming into it now. Totally makes sense.
The plan. You won't understand why things are happening the way that they are.
And the reason why we don't understand is because we're already being taught from a young age in schools to listen with our ears. We're not being taught to listen with the feeling. I'm really lucky that I kept that, and that I can, you know, and by the sounds of it, you too, you can listen with your heart and then make your judgment. But so many people around me, they're
heart and brain coherence,
they've gone too much in the
mind
direction
coherence,
of intellect, and it just doesn't do us any favor.
Too much in the intellect. Listen to that again.
When it's not in consciousness. We're not being taught to listen with the feeling. I'm really lucky that I kept that, and that I can, you know, and by the sounds of it, you too, you can listen with your heart and then make your judgment. But so many people around me, they've gone too much in the direction of intellect, and it just doesn't do us any favors when it's not in coherence.
And that's part of the divide and conquer too, because without integration of the heart, we aren't in our intuition. And I had dreams too, and felt this energy wash over me of just who this person really is. And I was like, whoa, and I'm careful what I share. But the thing is, we also have to remember that anybody that is that hateful of somebody that's up against what he's up against in our times, to think that anybody's a fake for even just saying anything positive, that person really needs to look at themselves, because we can make each other better people. We can...
I just say, verse writer, you just go with the flow in your own time.
Support something that we might not even like and feed it good energy and see the good and enhance that good to help open the box for us to jump out of, because we've all been affected by societal conditioning and just the way that we are raised. How can anybody hate somebody so much to not give them an opportunity to become the best of themselves? So you might not agree with Trump people, but what is the point in putting so much toxic energy when we're trying to create a global shift? That is absolutely, you know, standing in the way, when we can really, if we don't really like him, hold space for the best of him to emerge. And if we do support him, you know, then ask yourself, why are they supporting him? It's not because of Republican parties. It's because things like human trafficking are going down. Crimes against humanity are becoming busted. Things are coming to the surface that are helping to see, you know, these pedophilia rings and the most horrific stuff. Under his administration, can we at least appreciate that this administration has created...
People say they know about that. Yeah, well, it's coming out to the people that don't. And he's the one who's bringing that up, because people need to see it. And it's the truth. People don't want to see truth, but you have to see the truth.
More change than most and so long. And so, yeah, thanks for letting me
well
have
said.
that Matt.
No, and thanks for putting it so eloquently, and it's such truth. It completely resonates with me.
And me.
It's like, it's not a Trump issue, it's a them issue. If you're so full of hate, like, you know, my mom always said, when you point the finger, 3 point back at you. It's like, why would you put so much hate on another human being? And to be fair, like, I don't watch it.
It's true. People say to me sometimes, "Oh, where'd you get that from? Why do you think that?" Yeah, not just because I've seen something. Because people say, "Oh, it's because you've seen something on YouTube." Yeah, but when you tune into the energy of what someone's saying and you're watching them, not always what they're saying, you're watching the movements and certain stuff, the resonation that I've always said, I can feel it here. It's like the whole JFK Jr. thing. People say, "Oh, yeah, ooh, it's a knowing." Yeah, it's that inner knowing. Exactly, Lois. It's a knowing. You can't explain it. I can't even. I can't. What's the word? Use words to express what that thing is. It's a feeling. You can't. I can draw expressions of things. I communicate. You just know, and I know all of you in chat know. You know what I mean when I'm talking about. It's just a. I can feel it now. It's just a very strong feeling of it's right. It's true. Yeah, verbalized. I can't. It's just a. It's just a knowing. It's just a knowing.
Thing to do with Trump, but when he first came out and all these people were hating on him, I'm like, what a soul. What kind of soul is this that he's incarnated into this body to get that much hate? And look how strong he is. What an amazing soul he is. So, like, whatever you think of him, he's doing something extraordinary. Who else could stand there with that much media attention, that much hatred on them, and stand?
Yeah, who could stand there with that much hatred on them, that much hate that the mainstream media and the people that believe that have put on him to stand there like he does, and he carries on. He's got so much energy and so
strong and stay true to his convictions. Like, what a being, like, whatever you think of him. I think he's a good thing.
And then to turn a blind eye to victims that are talking about, obviously we know the feminine needs to come in, but when people are so blinded just because Hillary Clinton's in a female body that they can't see so much proof that's attached to it, and then giving Trump a hard time over the smallest things, where we're turning a blind eye to pedophilia, those same people are not even giving that part the time of day. They're too busy, like, saying he's going to shoot us up with chemicals and using any little thing he says to blow it out of proportion. It's like, I mean, this is obviously a hugely scary thing for people to begin to think for themselves, but what I love about light workers, they don't have the animosity or the opposition in return to those that are asleep. We're holding love and compassion and forgiveness, and we're doing the best we can. Whereas those that are asleep are out there, waging war on those that are well-intentioned. But, we don't stoop to that level. We don't create assassination plans to go after some of these dark people, yeah.
And incarnating in a female body does not make you.
Yes, Dr. B, most people do find their own truth based on their life's journey or belief because it's through your experiences. But what most of us are experiencing now is this same thing of what is actually going on in 3D, because this whole thing is a life journey. It's initiation. But because more and more people are waking up, this is what I've been trying to talk about to people is I love seeing the awakening of what everyone's talking about. Like Soulology is doing videos every day, so many videos. Everyone's different awakenings. Everyone's different awakenings are different, but it's still part of the same path, and it's beautiful to watch because this is getting stronger and stronger day by day, year by year, more stronger than it ever was in. And that's why you can tell something different's going on, because it's not like it was way back where it was slower. People are going, more within and more meditating, but this thing is, it's like the energies are merging into our physical body, because it's the merging of two, the spiritual and the physical. Not before where we went within to get out. This is different. It's the two becoming one.
Embody the divine feminine. That doesn't mean you're embodying the divine feminine. And looking at Hillary Clinton, does she embody the divine feminine? I mean, I think the answer to that is obvious. So.
Yeah, it's the whole Trump thing is called. I mean, I've been attacked. It's almost.
Thank you, Ron. Just want to say how uplifting it is to spend time with each of you. Very powerful, and it is, because this is a powerful thing going on right. And in chat, if people don't know, it's interacting, connecting. Yeah, you might be thinking, but you're just on screen, you're just on YouTube. Yeah, but it's still the energy when you lot are talking to each other in chat. And I can see what you're saying. It's an energy exchange, and it's beautiful. Doesn't seem to be a lot of what's about lately, does there? It's beautiful, and it's a thing where people, no matter what, don't like saying level, but wherever you're at the minute, doesn't matter. It's still beautiful because people know they're not. Hi, Deanie, I didn't see that. You're not on your own with this, and that is very, very important. Because people years ago used to think they were alone because people would shut down. People think you're crazy. People don't want to talk about it. Now people are seeing people going, "Oh, you thought that," and that. Oh, so that I'm not batshit crazy. So that is like one of the biggest, bestest things as well.
It's you don't really want to come out as a Trump supporter because you get more attack.
That's okay, Mr. B.
I'm an alien. I'm an ET in the human body. I probably have less attack me than if I said I was a Trump supporter. Because I like even my own father-in-law when he heard that, he's like, "Oh, you're one of those." Mm-hmm. Hatred, like he can't stand me. The contempt, and it's kind of a bummer, but it is what it is.
You notice that it's starting to affect you less, that you're more comfortable.
Oh, I kind of feel, even after my little crying fit last weekend, I feel very strong and powerful.
So anyway, if you go and check out Magenta Pixie Divine Feminine Roundtable, you can see all that. Now, the other little bit of a video I want to show you was on, I think it was on Soulology, and I went and watched it on Facebook, but it was an English guy, and I just enjoyed it because, like I said, I'm in lockdown, I'm creating, but when I'm creating, I'm loving and listening on YouTube to people's spiritual awakenings, because like I said, this isn't to do the end game is we're all waking up to what this reality is and who we truly are and how we manifest and the transformation within, like I said, like a butterfly. I've said this before, and a lot of people say that now. We were in a chrysalis, we were in the dark for a long time, we're emerging properly. It's not like this is going to keep going and going. Yeah, this is, I do believe this is going to take a few more years for transformation, even still, but more and more people are waking up and more disclosure is going to come with certain things, and it's going to be, personally, I think very beautiful. Yes, I am a mank. So it was Dennis Barnes. I don't know if anyone knows Dennis Barnes. I've just found him on YouTube as well. Beautiful, beautiful. I did shout out some people over there that I'm on here as well. Hi to anyone who's just come in. So let's just see. Soul Speaks. Soulology One Studios is a great channel. So he's talking to Dennis. Let's see what he says.
2 more shows lined up after this one.
Got loads of shows on.
We've got
the great Soulology channel.
Barnes. I'm not quite sure how Morgan found them.
And we have great channels also, like
awesome.
Unbiased on the Fence and stuff like that. So let's just have a check.
Yeah.
A little listen.
It could be tied if you were on, or refresh it. If you wanna go up.
Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, we got you. All right.
Can you see me?
I can see you. I can hear you. Is that an Australian accent?
Hey, Cobber, I've no idea, Cobber.
What is that?
It's the Yorkshire.
Yorkshire.
I should know. I'm married to an Australian, but some of them they get confusing.
Yeah, Mank means Manchester. UK, this guy is.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I need something. Yeah, my hair's turning white, and
I think that's what people used to do before, Dr. B. They used to stay quiet and observe because it is about observing, but there's a voice been needed this time because this time's different. So there are a lot more people talking out. And I believe there's different waves of light workers, the ones that kept quiet, meditate, the ones that still do meditate, do that, but do speak out. Do speak out different waves.
That's true. Yeah, I can't complain. Somebody said I needed to cut it off the other day. I'm like, no. I probably won't go back. So, and thank you for coming in. And
can you just tell me where it is on Facebook? Because
where is it?
Go on, let me see.
Faint, but I can hear you all right. That know you, that a little bit early, and also thanks on icon. There should be. I want to hear more about that. Yeah, let's. So welcome to Soul Speaks 5D.
you're welcome. Thank you for inviting me. I thought you'd forgotten actually,
So basically, I just let it slip, and it was only 5 minutes to 7.
It's not a Q&A, but so we're just going to get to know each other in front of quite a few brothers and sisters.
Fast forward.
Physically, mentally, spiritually, and financially. And it was then I got tapped on the shoulder by this, what you call the invisible world. And they said, you had to go through this, and welcome home. I went, what? Get the hell out of here. They said, no, this is your contract you signed. No, I went, okay. And then it all started, and it was a roller coaster ride. And at that stage, I had a speech impediment, so I couldn't stand up in front of anybody and give a first message. And the first message I gave at Spiritual Church, in my mind, it took me 2 minutes to say it. Physically standing up, it took me 10 minutes because I kept stuttering. I wouldn't sit down though, and that proved, and it's been the same all the way through my life. It's always obstacles that I've had to push through and move through and push to one side or go under or go over. But no matter what it is, I'm going through it, around it, or over it. So it all started when I was 34. Yeah, definitely.
Well, you haven't been awake that long. That's only about, what, 5-6 years ago?
Thank you very much.
So, and the interesting thing, too, is...
Yeah, be bold and confident. We are starseeds and bringers of the light. Yep.
That most of the...
Hi, Ollie.
Most of the communities have been composed of 85%. I didn't get on social media until 2013, and I'd say it was about 85%. Soulji was about 85%, and now I want to say it's about 71% women and 29 men. But what I was going to say is that's interesting because... Yeah,
it's on the channel Tapper, and it's also on Soulology One Studios channel. They've got that up.
Most of the people that come on to the show, 1,800 plus episodes, they have similar stories. They have a wake up, sometimes there's a physical illness, but most of them are women. And you're atypical. You're atypical in that regard. So how long was it before? Now you were brought to the party by this Council of 12, and you continue to connect with them and interact with them to this day. Is that right?
To this day, but I wasn't brought to the party by them. What happened? I'll give you a quick thing if you don't mind. Yeah. Age of 34, 35, I started my spiritual awakening by joining a spiritual church after the invisible world built up in front of me and said, this is what you signed on for this life. Put all your toys away, sell your cars, sell your houses, get rid of your girlfriends. This is so I did.
Card just fell out while we're just listening. Keepers of the earth, you are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. Well, they do.
And overnight, I was taken from being financially secure to unsecure, thinking, what the hell am I doing? But it worked out okay. So then I went to spiritual churches.
Yes, Dr. B, never let anyone's personal emotional reaction affect your calmness in the storm. Exactly.
Understood that I was a healer, which is put hands on people, activate them, and I was probably one of the...
I always like to hear these Manc accents. Everyone always says that. Feels like home.
Other healers in Great Britain at that time, coupled with clairvoyance and mediumship. So it was like, whoa, like the touch paper, stand back and watch the rocket go up. And that's what I did. And then basically I went to live in Spain.
Just listen to what he's saying about what he did. But yeah, my cards, I just let them jump. I don't cut them.
Retired in Spain at the age of 36 on a 100-foot ocean-going boat in Puerto Banús, Estepona. And I lived there until the bank collapsed and took all my money. But even then I was working spiritually by running meditation classes and doing other things like that. So I came back to England, skint, upset, started again, went back to spiritual churches.
Now, what year was this? I'm just trying to get a... Was it 2012 time frame?
Oh no,
way earlier.
Oh, a lot earlier. I've been working spiritually in this life now over 30 years. So
I just flew out over there, and this one is quite appropriate. Break the chain. Astral patterns, healing, rewriting the future. Well, isn't that just what we were talking about at the beginning when I was saying to Doom Show? We're rewriting it. It's not going to be the same as before. We're healing, and we've got ancestral patterns, but it's breaking the chain of the ancestral patterns, and we're healing through that. And we are rewriting the future right now. Come out of that dark cave. Come into the light. Dark to light, baby. Don't know if you can see it.
Recently, it was 1980s when I was in Spain, and a lot of stuff was happening in Spain. But a lot of metaphysical stuff happened in Spain. It's like the universe opened up to me and they showed me the white light. I could stand in the white light and I could be like, what's going on here? And different aspects of metaphysical things, material.
And I don't know if you saw last night, but when I put for anyone who might be new after or now, the orbs, and I put the orb video, I don't know if you've seen, I'm getting a lot of gold in still. There's a lot of gold orbs in.
I think there's something really beautiful here. But then Spain collapsed, the bank collapsed, took all my money, got to come back again.
And this one just came out. I am going to do a fourth one, which I don't normally do. Yes. Just say yes. Just say yes. There's the things you're always saying no to sometimes, in fear.
All over again. But then I went back to spiritual churches, and I'm around 45 doing the spiritual, 43 doing the spiritual churches.
Yeah, that's very true. I mean, a lot of us do know that, and some might not, but sometimes you have the energy, sometimes someone just wants to take your energy, know the difference. Well, that's why I said you have to put your boundaries up sometimes, because some people are like energy-sucking vampires.
Went upstairs, tapped me on the shoulder and said, we want you to do exhibitions.
Well, I do think that with the gold ones, because today we're going to the golden age, and there's been a lot of gold energy colour I've been seeing. So brilliant. Hi, Gavin Giant. Not seen you for ages. Long time. No talking with you, miss. No, I know. Seen a load of old faces. Well, not faces, but profiles. Hi.
What do you mean exhibitions? Mind, body, spirit exhibitions. So I said, oh yeah, no problem.
Oh.
I'm doing it. So I started to do mind, body, spirit exhibitions with speakers and stalls, much like you get all over the world. They were a phenomenal subject.
Well, this is beautiful because it's the ever unfolding rose, because this is ever unfolding. We're seeing everything unfold right in front of our faces right now. Cracked open. It's happening for you, not to you. Like we just said before, when you look back at your life now, you think everything, oh, it's happening to me. No, it's happening for you. It's happening to wake you up. It's happening for you to be your true, authentic self. It's happening. And I will be going soon.
In England. Even so, the other people that were doing the main exhibitions actually didn't like it. They did some naughty things. But because I was working spiritually and helping people have stalls and doing the right things for them, if they couldn't afford it, I'd give them a stand, a stall, and whatever.
So you're doing the right things, helping people, reflecting on your past and going and doing the things that you can help people with, and be a good person, and giving service to others.
They will share with me. That's the best way, so I did. Then basically I upstairs told me to take one to America. So I took one to Dallas, the Dallas Convention Center in America at 1997, the year that Princess Diana died. I went to Dallas, Texas, put one there. phenomenal. 35,000 people through the door over the weekend.
Wow.
What was funny, Todd, was the next exhibition hall, because Dallas Convention Centre, they had three exhibition halls.
Yeah, I worked there.
Yeah. Well, the next exhibition hall was the National Gun Association. Is that what I think? When
brought up a pretty good point. You said that some people may not have serious traumas, although you did have a trauma.
You can go and check this out anyway. They were talking about traumas, and people like reflecting on stuff and how you come through certain things. I do also believe you don't have to have a massive trauma. I think some people have to work through traumas because it could be a karmic thing, so they might have a bigger trauma. But I've always said on my channel, pain is pain, no matter what it is, no matter what. If someone thinks they had this happen and that is a bigger trauma than you had, but pain is pain. And maybe some people who don't look like they've been through a lot of shit, maybe they didn't have to work on a karmic thing of maybe they've already done that in past lives, because I sort of believe in that as well. But we're all doing it. But it's just Soulology One Studio's channel is brilliant because he's doing so many interviews a day because we're all in lockdown, and through other people's awakenings in different ways. So you might see yourself in someone going, oh my God, yeah, it's not just, you know, we're all doing it the same, but it's different. Like I said, we're a trunk of the tree. We're at the centre, heart centre, the picture I put up the other day. But we branch off with many branches, but we all come back to centre anyway from the one tree of life. But we branch off. We are all the same. So just saying. So
I have some trauma, so I don't know. That's an issue.
I had two traumas. Yeah. I couldn't talk. I had a very bad speech impediment. I couldn't talk. Second trauma was with the lady that brought me into this by giving me a hard time. That's the trauma.
Yeah.
On the third trauma, let me tell you, the third trauma, well, the fourth is two. But the third trauma was actually going to one of the finest spiritual institutes in Great Britain and taking on the tutors that.
Yes, Ollie, how lucky are we to be living through this? Truth is at the centre of all this, exactly.
Who said I got it the wrong way?
Waxman, oh, he's not in.
Standing up, because I was told this would happen by a spiritual visitation the night before I went down. He said, you'll be picked on, stand your ground, because we want that organisation to change. It has changed now, and that was over 20 years ago.
Wow. Now, the Council of 12.
Yes.
Are they? Would you say they're an energy complex?
Thank you, Don.
One soul composed of.
I'm going in a minute.
Like say an oversoul group or.
Oversoul, but yeah, please check that channel out if you're into all that stuff and you want, you know, if you want to be listening to stuff about people's awakening. But just going to do these cards. But like I said, it's just a beautiful thing. I'm seeing more and more people just awaken, and I love it. And I love it. You know, and the Q thing's bigger than ever, because that's all part of it. But it's not the be all and end all. The be all and end all is our spiritual growth, our merging of our. I believe the physical, the spiritual energies and the spiritual consciousness, our consciousness, all them energies, where the conduit is it, where the conduit, the energies are coming through when you clear yourself of certain old baggage, old stale energies. The food you're eating becoming healthier. I'm becoming healthier, more healthier in this lockdown. More things are coming in. There's more things I'm thinking about wanting to do, because everyone's got that time in the lockdown to be thinking about certain things, being more creative. People are getting more creative on different things because they've got all this time to themselves. You know, people can look at it from either a bleak mind state or a silver lining in, or it's like me with creating now. I know I was doing it before, but and it's been a bit harder with Finn, but it's a bit like, right, I do need to push this. It is something I really, really want to do. I have got the time to do this in lockdown, to put this stuff out, to come out when we start getting back, because there's going to be new businesses and new things happening, and a more of a holistic thing going on, and people are going to be wanting to buy into certain things and not things before. There's loads of good stuff coming. There's loads of silver lining in a lot of it. But people will choose to not look at that, and they'll want to look at the doom and gloom of everything. Like I said, it is about being aware, but oh, that one flipped over. So the colour magenta. Always talking about magenta pixie. Number 5, connect to your deepest inner knowing. See, I love my cards because I'm connected to them. We were talking about inner knowing. Pattern of life like a flower, it's ever unfolding, like the card we got before. The petals are coming out. Do you want to stay closed and not in the sun and be in the dark, or do you want to open up like a beautiful blossom and grow? Blossom and grow. Well, that's okay. I don't eat meat anymore, but it's whatever you choose. But there are certain things I think that do clear from old programming of certain things. Some people have spent this whole time being miserable. They have. I've been like, bring it on. I'm not even bothered. I'm like, it's a retreat. It's calming. It's peaceful outside. The weather's been beautiful. What more do you want? I know there's certain things going on, but it's how you look at things. It's how you look at things. Oh, where's that one just gone? Grey, learn to scan your body. Learn to scan your body for those maybe pent up energies that need to be released and let go of and say bye-bye. You've got black and white, and then you've got the grey in between. That. Well, mine is a bit of toast or a bit of fruit, or I don't know what I have in the morning. A cacao. I can't say cacao cake. Cacao. Am I saying that right? Drink. Oof. Yeah, so many do think evil's already won. It hasn't. They're just all like, we win. You do cards too. I was just thinking about looking into this food. You should do what you want to look into, what you're being told to go to. Took me ages to connect to my cards, but yeah. No one smiles at the phone like that unless I didn't realise it. Yeah, I can never say it. Cacao. Get there in the end. Yeah, Trump and Q are 100 steps ahead exactly. Oh, that flipped over, and it is. Oh, I've just pulled 2 out, so I'll have to take the 2. Jade, take action, because we do need to take action. You manifest things, but we have to take action on it. So for me to do my stuff, I've got to take action on it. We've got to take the physical. Like I said, it's different this time because it's the energies emerging within this physical body. I think we're ascending in the physical body as well. Like, I don't think that happened before. This just makes me laugh because people talk about the indigo starseeds or the indigo, whatever. The indigos are supposed to be more of light warriors, as in they stay more than the other ones that I was saying before. And Magenta Pixies talks about that, and that's really funny because it says indigo and improve your vision. And I would say that is improve your vision of clarity of what you're actually seeing, but in your mind's eye of practicing meditation to improve your vision of your mind's eye with all this stuff that's coming in. You don't have to meditate for hours on end. You can just do 10 minutes in the morning. You just do it bit by bit till you start getting into it. Breathing. Like I said, if you're feeling anxiety with what's going on, anything, just sit for a little bit, deep breathing, close your eyes, feel your inner being, because this isn't just you. You have an inner being, and your higher self will speak to you. And when you start tuning in, like I said, with the orbs, I haven't got the right light for the orbs. There's that blue again there. But I have had blue orbs in, gold orbs in, pure white light, and the energies are so strong at the minute. They're absolutely so strong. Lots and lots and lots. If you go and check the videos out, if you don't know, a lot of gold, they do interact because they do flash. You know, people say the photonic light, whatever it is, coming in is so strong. It's energy anyway, and everything is energy and consciousness. So that's my experiences. But like I said, the awakening is different stages of it, and I've just found it really funny to see my sister at the stage I was at, and people have seen me at that stage and tried to tell me. But like I said, you can only do it yourself with experiences. But the whole thing is how is it affecting you, and how is it stopping you from moving forward? If anything, you can look at anything, but if it is stopping you and it's limiting you in your life and it's stopping you living your life, then there's something wrong there. You shouldn't be so all up in it all, because the thing behind all of it is a spiritual awakening, and it is about who we really are and the power we hold and how we live our lives in love and passion and compassion and communication and connection with one another, helping each other, being more service to others. You are service to yourself in the sense of, yes, you've got to look after yourself, but not servicing the self of what they are, not consenting to that, even though they're part of us. Like I said, we love you, but we're not consenting to that shit anymore, not standing for it, because they have to learn too. But it's merging all of it to be better human beings, because we've been programmed to be narcissistic this way and that way. And the more you put out, the more you will get back. As in, if you put a lot of love out, you'll get a lot of love back. You've got to start loving yourself first to have that coming in, and to realize, yes, you'll still get triggered, but I feel a lot calmer these days with knowing it's not that we know the whole truth. There's just this feeling of we know something's good's coming, and it is coming in. The more you sit with yourself, this is a beautiful time in lockdown to be sat with yourself. Yes, I know it's hard when you've got kids and stuff like that, and you still get triggered in the real world with stuff like that. But if you've got kids once they've gone to bed, if you do a 10-minute meditation or whatever it is you're doing, like I said, with my drawings, that's me. When I'm drawing, I'm in a meditative state because I'm not thinking about other stuff. I'm just being, I'm just doing that, you know, those drawings or whatever. So, like I said, other designs coming of certain things. I don't know if I'm going to put the bigger light on. Because I was sat in the dark. Dark to light. Like these ones, people who've just come in. Other ones, like I said, not brilliant light, but copper, all handmade. Natural things with wood, you know, that I'm doing myself. Paintings of JFK Jr. pictures. I've got my printer now, hopefully it'll be working. Certain stuff. Meditation cushions. And just all the stuff that I do. Rings, whatever. So, anyone who's new in chat, thank you very much for coming in. And like I said, just observing people with their awakening at the minute, I'm finding absolutely beautiful. And I'm just loving the people who know that it doesn't matter about what they've done in the past, they're reflecting on it and they're just trying to be a better person. That's all we're trying to be. You know, and it's okay for people to have different opinions. I am what I am, but my intentions are good. So, you know, it's all good. And look at you all in chat. You've all had, thank you. You've all had great conversations. You're all beautiful souls. That's the one thing that I'm absolutely loving. People say bro stars, sis stars. It's beautiful. There's no trolls in. Like, what's all that about? It's beautiful. So, I know, yeah. Oh, get them over in America as well. All handcrafted, yeah. So, yeah, I'm just looking at you all in chat, and I just thought, my eye's going to go now. Twitchy eye. Yeah, Rachel's like, ooh, more creative things. Because that's Rachel's cushion now, because I think the other person lost out, but I might be able to send it, Rachel, next week, unless we're waiting for when we come out of lockdown and Rachel can come and pick a coat and bag up. But yeah, different colour on that side, but it is pinky. It probably looks whiter on here. It is pinky and it's very nice. It's very cute. I'd have it to myself. But yeah, like I said, I've got to promote myself on here because it's the stuff that I make. So who who else would do it? But like I said, when I've made a lot more stuff up, I'm going to show you what I've been doing. And like I said, I have got a design coming of something that just came in today. Also, for people that are new, when the orbs first came in, because I know there's a lot of new people, a few months before I started seeing the orbs, I painted this picture that a lot of you've seen before the orbs started coming in, and I was like, oh. So I was drawing it before it even happened. And then obviously the other picture that I still haven't finished off because I haven't felt the thing to expand it yet, but it will, is this one, because I'm not quite sure what's going on with it yet. It's whitened out because I've got to put all the detail in and go over it and layer it and whatever happens with this picture. But it is that blue thing going on again. Just for the people who may be new. But yes, I will love you and leave you, and I will see you very soon. So I'm tired. Probably don't even know what I've talked about. But yes, there's lots going on. There's a lot of people coming more around to what Trump is actually doing and not what the news is saying he's not doing or actually doing. And the whole beautiful expansion of consciousness that's going on. I'm just finding it bloody amazing. Bloody amazing. Just getting the right mindset of every day working on yourself and working on that. If you're all right now, just do the things you love that keeps you in a higher vibration. I'm not saying we're not looking at stuff and I'm not coming away from stuff. I'm just saying be in a higher mind state that it's not affecting you too much, because it is easier to slip back down. Yes, it's a bit harder to climb back up, but we've got to do it. We've got to do it. So you know, that's why I come on and chat, even if I'm half asleep, just to give you lot a bit of a vibe, that you're not alone. There's many channels out there, alternative channels talking about the same thing, and there's 34 and 34 in chat balance. That's all I'm saying before I go. 34 in chat, 34 thumbs up, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's 7, 7 again. 7, you know, the 7 follows me. 7 heaven. So I'm just saying validation in chat right there and then. By the numbers. By the numbers. So yes, so yes, take care as well. So to everybody in chat, I'm going to read everyone's names out because I need to go, but yeah, if you'd like to make a coffee donation, there's PayPal in chat that Tapper's put in. Thank you very much, Tapper. But like I said, you're not on your own. You've not gone mad. We're all in it together worldwide. We're all doing this together, no matter where you're at with whatever you're at. And I just love communicating with everyone and having a chat, because you're all lovely people and we've all just got the right good intentions of what we want to bring in. And the more people are pumping that out, I do believe it comes in. Yeah, I love to see everyone in chat. Is loads of light and love to all. Thanks, Dolly. So great as always. Thank you, Deanie. Feeling that energy. So see, I was tired before, now I've woke up again. I'm like, but like I said, be careful what you're watching, who you're watching, and how much you're watching. Remember to come away and do the things that you love, and the things that you may have wanted to start. You know, you can always start drawing and start doing poetry and start doing many different things. We are creative little beings that we are, not just this crude matter, Yoda said. So catch you all soon, love and light, and I'm on the computer and I don't know how to get off. So see you all soon. Bye.